Okay, we'll start now. Hey everyone, Polkadot Insider is back with another AMA for you guys. Make sure you follow our page on X, and we also have a YouTube channel that we do weekly videos about projects happening on the Polkadot ecosystem. So yeah, come and visit us also on YouTube. Today we are having our guests from Unique Network teams. So FYI, Unique Network is the NFT chain for Polkadot and Kusama. The rest of their exciting infos I'll let our guests to share with us. Please welcome Alexander. He is the CEO of Unique Network, and Charu. She is the CMO of Unique Network. Hi, Alexander and Charu. I hope you're all set.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
It's great to have you guys here. So before we get into anything, please tell us about you guys and also a little bit about your journey with Unique Network.
A little bit. Okay, how to squeeze
Or a
53
lot.
years into a little bit.
Or a lot and a lot.
No, just a little bit. Okay, so I've been working in software all my life, and that's 30 years now. And most notably, I worked for 10 years. I started and ran financial services and enterprise division of Luxoft, which is a big software development company. I joined it when it was a small startup, and when I left, it had thousands of people. I had thousands of people under my supervision. And I started doing blockchain stuff back in 2016. We launched a blockchain lab at another software development company, UseTech, in 2017. Did stuff on Ethereum initially, and then on other chains. Joined Polkadot very early in 2018. I believe it was after some conference. I met a few people back in February 2018. So it's more than 5 years. We have actually dedicated ourselves exclusively to Polkadot very well by the end of that year or something. Then we did, and then Unique Network was born as nobody was doing anything on Polkadot on NFTs except for Sean Tabrizi doing some experiments, and we created the first NFT palette back in. This was let me remember. It was in February 2020. And then we did the first live chain with NFTs for Hakusama in August 2020, and created the first NFT collection on Polkadot, which was Substrate, which was our Substrapunks, and the rest is history, I would say.
Thanks, Alex. For me, I have been with Unique Network since almost the start, early 2021. But before that, I spent 8 years at IBM across product and marketing roles. And before IBM, I spent 4 years in strategy consulting with the erstwhile monitor Deloitte and a few other companies. At IBM, I started to get involved in blockchain almost at the same time as Alex did in his previous life in 2016. And at that time, IBM's focus on blockchain was to run POCs around permissioned blockchain solutions for the Asian financial services sector, and that's where I was involved, mostly on creating POCs and marketing. I did that for about 2 years, and there was a lot more exciting stuff going on in crypto and blockchain outside of IBM, so I took a major leap of faith, left IBM, and joined the Polkadot ecosystem early 2021. And since then, it's been a very interesting journey, seeing the evolution of NFTs from the early hype to where we are today. So it has been an interesting journey.
Okay, thank you guys for a really great intro, and I hope that I can ask you guys, I can get as much as I can today from you guys with all the pros. Um, let let us begin with the actual project, Unique Network, right? So please walk us through the concept of Unique Network. In I hope it will be like in the most simplest terms, so that all the listener they can understand.
Sure. Let me start, and then I'll give Charu the microphone. So, as I said, nobody was doing NFTs and Polkadot when we started doing it. More than that, nobody was really doing NFTs globally. There was just CryptoPunks and kind of CryptoKitties appeared, but that was it. When we started doing this, the trading volumes of NFTs were like less than $1 million a month on all of blockchains, things like that. Nobody, the NFTs were very, very new and very, very niche. But we thought that NFTs are actually much more than just the pictures on the internet that are secure. So we kind of took leap of faith and created the first NFTs in Polkadot, and then we said, okay, Polkadot has this customizable kind of modular framework for building blockchains and building customized blockchains, which is what Substrate is. Today it's called Polkadot SDK. And we were like, okay, this sounds to me like, potential to build a car that's much, much better at doing NFTs than you can do generally. So what we did is we started creating the palette, NFTs palette, that was much, much more than what you have, just mint an NFT and so on. And we've done hell of a job in making that palette and actually the surrounding infrastructure. There's more than one palette. Something that is very powerful, very fast, and very functional. So that first of all, our NFT capabilities are the fastest on the planet. We minted, this was a few months ago, we minted 100,000 NFTs in 18 minutes and 42 seconds, which comes out to about 5,300 NFTs a minute. And that leaves Solana and everybody else in the dust. Okay, they are their fastest mint was 3 times less. And this was even before the asynchronous backing, which is only coming, and we can't wait to see what it is after that. So what we envisioned then was, okay, NFTs are much, much more than just for the online art, for blockchain art. And we embarked on a journey to create NFTs 2.0. Okay, so I'll give to Charu to kind of explain that vision and describe it, what we're doing.
Sure, thanks, Alex. So the first 2 years, we focused on getting our tools and SDKs right, and then we started to see good applications come to the surface who were trying to do more with NFTs beyond airdrops and marketplaces and one-time speculative sales. That started to tell us that there was more demand for the vision that Alex had set out for right in the beginning of 2021. And as a result, it shaped the CodeCraft Grant Fund, which we announced earlier in the year. So the CodeCraft Grant Fund is exactly aiming to promote and encourage the growth and development of advanced NFTs 2.0. So NFTs 2.0 essentially are, I mean, a lot of people are using this term, but how we are looking at it as a progression from just ownership, simple ownership, to ownership of assets that boosts engagement for brands and companies. So just beyond proving that you own an asset, what are the other outcomes, business outcomes you can deliver through the ownership of that asset? So that elevates the concept of ownership. Transferability is, I would say, just plain transferability of NFTs is basic, but how do you then evolve that into NFT interoperability, which is where we are focusing on NFT XCM and cross-chain NFT use cases, which we will dive into a bit further. And then just from pure perspective of storing data or metadata for NFTs, we are looking at NFTs as carriers of complex data structures, which means there's a lot more data that can be embedded into NFTs, and NFTs can represent various complex structures of other assets. So we have progressed our thinking from NFTs to NFTs 2.0, and our tools and SDKs can deliver all of those advanced capabilities. And this is where we have started the journal called NFTs 2.0 that aims to talk about advanced applications and use cases, encourages participation from the community. And one of the proof points is since we announced the Codecraft Grant Fund, which is a total fund of $250,000, we've received almost 30 applications, and most of them are using nested NFTs, dynamic NFTs, and all the advanced capabilities that we talk about as NFTs 2.0. And the interesting thing is that all of these ideas have a vision of delivering some meaningful business outcomes. For example, how NFTs 2.0 can change music, how they can change intellectual property rights, and so on. So we are seeing some real usage of NFTs 2.0 through these applications from the Codecraft Grant Fund. We have also kickstarted the process to approve these applications, and you'll soon see more announcements around that. Some of the early winners are Music Moon, using NFTs 2.0 for music. Forever Has Fallen, an interesting transmedia scavenger hunt game. And then the biggest one is the Dead Mind game, the community that does exactly what I talked about earlier, boosts engagement. 300,000 NFTs were minted within like a month from 11,000 wallets. So that's some serious engagement because the game was so easy to play on board. So I'll just pause here, and I think we go over through the details in subsequent questions, but that was a very long answer to what is NFTs 2.0 and where our focus is right now.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's great to hear like not only just the basic concept of unique network, but also, you know, the context before and also after, like when you guys already like launched everything. Also hearing about the SDK, the Polkadot, that providing you guys all the tools that you can build on. So talking about Polkadot a little bit, I want to go straight to the cross-chain NFTs, because it's very much a crucial part to the user experience. So can you talk more of why did you guys choose cross-chain NFTs on Polkadot? And also, like before, Charu has pointed out some use cases, but I want to hear more of some of the highlights, maybe some of the best highlights that you guys want to share from the use case of XCM and NFTs.
Okay, so before diving more into it, probably an explanation is kind of would be beneficial for most people. What is NFT XCM? So Polkadot is layer 0 blockchain, which means it mines transactions and it enables communication with from between different parachains that are layer 1. Polkadot itself does not do anything. You cannot today make an application, put it on Polkadot. You have to make it and put it on some parachain, and then so Polkadot basically does the mining, and it does it enables us to communicate with all the other parachains that are on Polkadot. Now that communication is done through that XCM. That's what those 3 letters are for. That's cross-chain messaging. It basically allows to send messages or transactions or such things between different parachains, which are actually blockchains in themselves. So you can send mem tokens that were minted on Asset Hub, and then people send them to different parachains for trading, or send them to different parachains for buying stuff, and so on. So that's what you do with XCM. Now, Parity built XCM, but they built it only for fungible assets, and they did not build it for NFTs. And because we were kind of had the biggest, deepest expertise in NFTs in the kind of ecosystem, and at least we like to think so, and we have a deep substrate expertise, we volunteered to build out what's necessary for NFTs to be able to be kind of sent between different parachains. Think of it as a bridge between different blockchains. So just like you have bridges between, Binance Chain and Ethereum, right? The Polkadot internal bridges are XCM, and that's what XCM enables. So making that initial capabilities of kind of having NFTs move around Polkadot different parachains, for us it was something that was necessary, not just needed but necessary, because that was the vision, that was from the get-go vision of Polkadot. Okay, so when Gavin wrote the white paper, the interoperability was one of the key 3 things that they promised, and for us it was the promise not yet fulfilled, because you can't move NFTs. And so it was on that level that we embarked on that road. So last year we have proven that it's possible and have proposed the solution to it. And then this year we are actually doing it kind of in a production environment. We produced the proof of concept last year, but now kind of are doing the real production level solution. So in terms of why did we decide to do it in Polkadot? Because again, Polkadot has to be interoperable. That's the main premise of Polkadot, and NFTs are we consider that a big part. It is what end result will be just like a bridge between different blockchains, but much better. I call that a tunnel, not a bridge, or something like that, okay? Because what it enables is between different parachains, so that you can take NFTs that were minted on Akala, send them to Asset Hub or to Unique or to Aventus, or take stuff created on Centrifuge. They have some big real world assets tokenized there, and send them for trading to Akala or to Hydra or wherever. So the main idea is to give whatever NFT represents a much larger audience than just a single chain. That's, so combining the chains. That's the main idea of the whole thing. I hope that kind of explains at least the initial rationale and everything.
Yeah, I think it's really easy that you use like all the simple terms so that it's make it understandable for all the viewers. And even though that we heard cross-chain NFTs is like a bridge, for you guys to actually transfer NFT to others blockchains, but you also introduce the concept of cross-chain NFT POC, which I know is like a proof of concept. So are they the same thing or are they different? Can you walk us through that?
So the cross-chain, there is NFT XCM proposal that Unique Network has submitted, within which we are delivering on 4 milestones, and that's all technical development. With the milestones, we aim to deliver the cross-chain NFT palette, which will enable these transfers. And the other thing that we have launched is actually called the cross-chain NFTs think tank, which is an initiative to apply or use the cross-chain NFT palette and the work that we are doing across the milestones into actual use cases and applications. So what it means is that we are looking at use cases across the ecosystem where there is a need to either transfer NFT from one parachain to the other, or for NFTs from one parachain, for NFTs to interact or communicate from one parachain to the other. They may or may not involve transfers. So it's cross-chain NFT think tank is sort of a broader initiative to drive discussions around cross-chain NFT use cases and applications. This involves ideation, defining the approach to the use case, creating design requirements, and then implementing it. Part of it will be covered through the NFT XCM proposal, and some of the other use cases which may be beyond the scope of the NFT XCM proposal can be jointly built by the teams. So we launched this initiative. This discussion is live on the Polkadot forum. So if you have any interest, comments, please feel free to share your thoughts there. But we launched this initiative during Sub-Zero Asia, which was organized in Bangkok in March. And we received interest from quite a few parachains. We've started work with Akala and Zeitgeist. So with Akala, Brian's idea is to be able to transfer some of the Akala NFTs, the collections, into Unique Marketplace to help Akala users trade the NFTs. So that uses NFT XCM. With regards to Zeitgeist, they're exploring a use case where they would like to enhance the NFT capabilities for their Zeitgeist app users using Unique Network's advanced features. So those are 2 interesting use cases. In the Polkadot forum post, we have also defined a high-level structure of how we approach these use cases. So you can take a look there, and we are very happy to work with any of the other parachains who may be interested in leveraging this or who have ideas around cross-chain NFT applications. So I'll pause there in terms of use cases. Happy to take any more questions now or later.
I'd like to jump in just a second to answer part of your question. Was about the POC we did. So that was proof of concept. That was basically the work we did last year. There was a lot of research on the topic of how do you do the NFT XCM. And there was a lot of development of trying to do things different way to understand what is the best way. So as a result of that, we created the small palette that Akala put into its Karura blockchain on Kusama, and we did the same thing on our end at Quartz, which is our Kusama parachain. And we used that to actually transfer an NFT. Brian Chang from Akala did that. He sent it from Karura to Unique, to Quartz, and then sent it back. Okay, and so the purpose of that was to demonstrate the technology that we found to be the most promising way to deliver the production level NFT XCM, and to show that it works. Okay, so we did basically most of the majority of the work we did last year was kind of geared toward that. So it was, the learning, the different research capabilities, and then kind of making it really work. That was the idea, and so that even today you can use that to send NFTs from Karura to Unique, to Quartz and back. Okay, and vice versa. So if some of their users want to take and sell some of their NFTs they have on Karura, for example, they can do that. They can send it to Quartz and put it on our marketplace, because Karura does not have a marketplace for NFTs. We do. So they send it that over there, they sell the NFT, hopefully, and then they can get money and send it to another parachain for, I don't know, transferring that to USDC, for example, or whatever. So that was the idea. The production level software we are producing this year is probably going to be a lot different. Actually, we started working very closely with Parachain's XCM team, and we found a lot of great things actually we're doing together. We will kind of talk more about it after it's done. It's too early to talk about it now, but basically the stuff we are doing is becoming part of core XCM code repository and everything, and we are contributing to that in more ways than one, actually, not just in the NFT space, but also we've done some stuff on fee estimation, for example, and which will help make the overall XCM, including fungible tokens, a much better developer experience. So we expect a lot of great things for that to come by the end of the year, I would say.
Yeah, I believe that the team must invest a lot of your times finding the way to make it, more like to improve interoperability as well, efficiency, a better experience for users as well. And that's why I heard that you guys mentioned NFTs 2.0. So may I know about how you guys had improve from the first editions? Is there any good highlights that you want to point out?
So from NFTs 2.0 perspective, I would like to highlight the fact that the dead mind game, for example, it's one of the interesting use cases, because though NFTs have always been easy to understand and to explain, but with the use of our sponsorship palettes and capabilities, we were able to abstract the sponsorship or the transaction fee from the dead mind game, which means the users were able to log into the game and start playing right away without the need to have unique tokens. And that's something that has been our mission, focused around mass adoption. So to be able to abstract the transaction fee is a real sort of a gateway to mass adoption, because you don't worry, you don't have to explain to your Web2 users, especially on how to procure tokens of a specific project, how to set up a wallet, and so on. So you can just start using NFTs and these capabilities. And centered around that, we are launching a few more solutions which will enable easy onboarding of Web2 users without any blockchain knowledge. And that has been the vision that Alex has communicated from the very beginning about hiding blockchain under the hood. So while we are delivering more and more advanced capabilities like nested NFTs within the DeadMind game, we are at the same time making it much easier for any user to be involved with NFTs. And that's sort of the general direction for NFTs 2.0, more advanced capabilities, much easier to use. Alex, anything else you would like to add to that?
That's pretty much, that's the way I would say it.
Yeah, I think
Can't hear you. You're back on mute.
Yeah, I think
I think there's something.
Sorry, guys, technical issues. Sorry. So I think it's important for us to provide the end users the best experience. So that's what I was going to ask you guys. But apart from everything that I heard about NFT 2.0, is there what do you think are the main factors or strategy that you guys are conveying to the mass so that you can raise their awareness about the projects?
Charu, you want to hit that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think mass adoption comes from two perspectives. One is what I mentioned earlier about making it easier to onboard users at scale, and that has been that we are delivering through capabilities like abstracting away the transaction fee, fast minting 100,000 NFTs in 18 minutes 42 seconds, as Alex mentioned, that addresses the scalability issues, and then from a developer point of view, making the SDKs so easy to use that any Web2 developer can also design advanced NFT applications. So that is from the usage perspective, but also the second wave of it is enabled in narrative to the enterprise or business users, where using these capabilities that we've discussed so far, create products and solutions that deliver business outcomes. And some of the business outcomes that we are targeting and we are ready to fulfill for brands are around consumer engagement, fan engagement, loyalty programs. And those are some real business outcomes that can be delivered through the technology and the solutions that we have. We are now in the middle of preparing user-ready products that enable these business outcomes. So again, fan engagement, customer engagement, loyalty. So those are all the products that we are enabling now. So that's how we are targeting mass adoption through tech that enables ease of use, and through products that deliver business outcomes.
Great, thank you. So I think we're covered from technical parts to a little bit more of how you how you do marketing to the mass. So for you guys, for the team, where do you think that you're standing on the roadmap right now? Is there any milestones that you would love to share to all the listeners here?
Well, you're talking about the unique in general or some specific part? Just to be clear.
I think more of general first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, Unique is being built for 3+ years now. Okay, 3.5 years. I think actually, yeah, we started, the first line of code was written in December 2020. In 2019, sorry. Full 2020, 21, 22, 23, 4.5 years. Jesus. A lot. Okay, so and we have a very robust kind of tech and infrastructure built that is consisting of the core palettes that are inside the chain. So our main NFTs palette and several others, RFTs palette, for example, and several others. And then our kind of adoption of Frontier or EVM palettes. There's several there as well, and all of that tied into the parachain. That works for, all of that stuff works for at least a couple of years on Polkadot, and it works pretty well. We didn't have an incident on Polkadot of any kind of big sort. Then the second part of the technical development was the tooling necessary to do it. When we started things, there were no wallets that can show you the NFT. There were no minters that are needed to mint NFTs. There was nothing. Okay, so we had to build everything from scratch. We are now at a point where ecosystem toolings is getting is maturing slowly. The best parts are wallets. We have some very good wallets in the ecosystem, so we're working with them to actually take over all the wallet capabilities that we need, and most of that is already done. So you pick the top top wallets in the Polkadot ecosystem. They can show you our NFTs, and then some of them are still working on capabilities to transfer them and doing kind of advanced things, but they are maturing. They're getting there. I suspect that in a year we won't need our wallet at all, which is our goal. We want kind of the users to be accustomed to a bigger kind of front end, which is the wallet is. The minting capabilities, we have a lot of minters, a lot of different scripts, a lot of different ways. There's user interfaces for them, or there are scripts that you can do them, and so on. The biggest thing we did was actually an SDK that was important for reaching out to a big developer, to the biggest possible developer community. In Ethereum and EVM chains, you have certain ways people are kind of making NFTs and kind of doing the applications with them. You can use all of them on Unique, and that was part of the work to ensure that you can do that. But the real good stuff and Unique happens on a Substrate end of things, and Substrate uses Rust, and Substrate is kind of as underlining software that people need to know to do stuff. Okay, so what we did is we built an SDK that allows any developer in JavaScript, and in multiple other languages. It's a RESTful API. A lot of developers understand from the get-go what that is, so that any developer in the world, not just Rust developers or Substrate developers, there are only a few thousand of those in the world, but actually millions and millions of developers can come in and use Unique. In half an hour, they can learn how to do that. Okay, and the best example for that was how the Dead Mind game was created. For example, the developer of that game didn't know. He knew a little bit about the blockchain. He didn't know much about Solidity, and we showed him how to work with Unique with the help of that SDK, and off he goes. In a week, he launched a very, very powerful game that minted 300,000 NFTs for like 11,000 people in a few weeks. Okay, so scalability and capability, and those are nested NFTs, so very advanced stuff that to do that in Solidity, you have to have a very, very knowledgeable person. Here is somebody who is a gaming developer, and he came in and in a week he created something extremely advanced. Okay, so that's an example of the stuff that is possible with that SDK. We are as far as the roadmap goes, we are now finishing the revamp of that SDK and of multiple other components of our infrastructure. There's indexer, there's deep inside schemas for metadata. Never mind, that's very technical, but we are releasing that in June, and that will enable production level and kind of scalable level customizable NFTs, namely nesting and working with dynamic NFTs and so on. So that's a big release we have coming. But regardless of our plans, our main focus is adoption. So we have a very robust and mature infrastructure that works well. We have people in place who explain to other teams how to use it very efficiently, very easily, quickly, and so our main focus is actually on helping projects launch on Unique and doing more stuff, so to gather users and so on. And you can see already the traction of that. We are consistently one of the top 5 parachains in terms of number of transactions on chain or number of active users, because we're launching, right now the rhythm is about one new application or project per month. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll get to more than that, to 2, 3, I don't know, we'll see. But the main thing is that the infrastructure and the whole Unique is ready for use, and ready for use with big projects. So you can take and mint, as I said, 100,000 NFTs and not feel a thing. Okay, it's quick, it's easy, it's seamless. So our main focus of the roadmap going forward is adoption. And that means different things every time, because every project is different. So that's basically the picture as I see it. Okay, shoot with more questions. Just need.
I think we can't hear you.
Hey guys, so really sorry for the technical issue. I think we can just going back to where we were talking. Just wanna ask you guys, like, what is your upcoming plans for Unique Network, and if there's anything like really close, like everyone here.
Charu, you want to take that?
Sure, I can start. So for this year, our focus is going to be the CodeCraft Grant Fund, and any developers in the ecosystem, any developers who are listening to the conversation now, take a look at that, and if you have ideas, apply for that. That's going to be our focus for the year. Then the second thing, as we discussed, was the NFT 2.0 journal, the cross-chain NFT use cases. So those remain our priorities. And in terms of participation and events, both Alex and I will be at CoinDesk Consensus in Austin. So that's one thing coming up, and we will continue to engage with the other ecosystem teams at Polkadot Decoded and other upcoming events. Other than that, lots of activity and campaigns going on at the moment on our Twitter. One of the campaigns I'd like to highlight is Polkadot Loves Connor campaign. So any of you artists in the community listening to the session now, do join those campaigns. Those are really fun and engaging. So, and that's in the lead up to Indy 500 race. And for context, Polkadot is one of the lead sponsors for Connor Daly Indy 500 race driver. So we are running a few campaigns around that. So I think there's a lot going on, and just stay tuned to our Twitter and Telegram to stay updated.
So Alex, is there anything that you want to share? I think like with the recent asynchronous backing of Polkadot, maybe there is some more benefit from that NFTs can get. How do you think about it?
Oh, that I can't wait for that to go into production at Unique, because once it does, the record we mentioned earlier of 5,300 or whatever NFTs per minute, we're going to break that again. Okay, how fast is it going to be? That's what I'm looking forward to find out, because what Parity has been saying is that the speed of everything should be 2 to 6 times faster. So I'm looking forward to understand how fast can it go now. So again, we are already the fastest NFT minting kind of chain around, and that will make us 2 to 6 times faster. So can't wait to see how fast it's going to be. Although I have to say we are kind of very conservative in terms of getting the upgrades now. Because there's a lot of work around that, and we try to kind of optimize it and kind of be very careful with new updates. We haven't started with the upgrades needed for asynchronous backing ourselves. So we will start working on that soon. But once we do, we will check the speedometer again and let everybody know. Okay, because that's going to be a big kind of thing, because the expected speeds are 10, 20, 30,000 a minute, which is ridiculous. Okay, Solana can do 1,500. So, it's going to be another thing to brag about. And in terms of plans, let's see what Charu hasn't mentioned. As I said, we are finalizing the upgrades to our SDK, and all the other associated tech, which will mean a lot of new capabilities for the second half of the year. We will focus initially on making sure and upgrading all the ecosystem tooling, so Subscan, wallets, and all of those guys to that SDK 2.0. Then hopefully we'll get into integrations with other SDKs in the ecosystem. And to really allow everybody to kind of leverage NFT capabilities in the apps all across kind of the spectrum of the apps. As far as NFT XCM goes, I expect that to be kind of in production sometimes in the fall. It's too early to say. There's a lot of players involved. There's Parity. There's, different teams at Parity that are involved in kind of handling all the production level stuff of that. So, it's too early to say, but once that goes live, there's going to be, over the fall or winter, there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff happening there. So looking forward, as always, a lot of new things happening.
Great. So I think we have covered quite a few things on our talk today. Before we end the meeting, any last shout out for the Unique Network from both of you, please?
I would just say the next few weeks, join the Polkadot Loves Connor campaign and follow us on all socials.
Yeah, that one is fun. We're even going to the race to check out how a different solution we made is going to work out. But wait for that. We're going to announce that kind of a little bit later. And if anybody's going to Consensus, please reach out to us there. We'll have booth time there, and we'll be around Polkadot. Polkadot has a big presence there, so we'll be hanging around there. Looking forward to meeting anybody and working on things together.
Okay, Alexander, Charu, thank you so much for coming today. A really big shout out for Unique Network and also you guys, as well as Polkadot Insider. For our listener today, I hope you guys enjoy our show as much as we do. Really sorry about the technical issues, and we'll see you very soon in our next AMA. Thank you, Charu, again. Thank you, Alexander.
Thanks to you, and thanks for everybody for listening. Looking forward to speaking more. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.